Welcome back. This is episode 11, and the reason I'm addressing it is because this is the first episode in our second season.
Whoa.
You can listen to our
Mm,
man, the fans are just excited. Can you hear
please,
them?
please go to your back.
Yeah, if you want to listen to our first season, it's all on one
You better
playlist.
cut that out.
Yes, I will. To our first season, all you have to do is go to our YouTube channel. That's looking way better now. And it's all compiled in one playlist. So, today we're going to talk about you girls' drug addiction.
Funny, because the only kind of drugs I've ever taken are uh,
Vitamins, gummies,
I actually do eat two vitamin gummies every morning, and that's not a joke. And Advil.
are they the Flintstones?
No, those are gross. They're
What?
like,
Those are my favorite.
no, they're like from Target. I don't know the brand.
What flavor are they?
Like raspberry and strawberry.
I know you have one marijuana story, so if you want to tell that.
Well, you boy already knows this story, but since y'all don't, this was a year and a half ago. Um, I plan to do the Devil's Grass a week
Who
in
says
advance.
it's the Devils?
I'm just trying not to say the actual word because I don't want
Okay.
anyone. Okay, so I had planned to do it like a week in advance, and I was gonna go over to my friend's house, and no one else was gonna be there besides us. Um, and come the day of, I'm waiting for her to get out of her last class, and we walked to her house, and she had it in this little like container, and she just like spilled it out on her on her bathroom sink, and she just left it there.
Okay.
And then she, got it all ready, and she passes it to me, and I like can't take myself seriously, so I'm like, okay, I'll do it. And then I just started getting really anxious, and then I thought I got high from secondhand smoke, and I was like, feel my hands, I can't feel my hands. But really it was just anxiety because I was so nervous to do it. And if you're like being a little baby about it, then that probably means that you're not ready for it. So I was just like, you know what, I'm not going to do it. And then like hours later, her brother comes and her friend comes, and they're all just smoking, and I'm just sitting there like, uh-huh. Not being able to experience it.
hmm well, now you smoke like a pro.
Yep. Um, well, I've never done it, but I know you have.
No, actually, I haven't.
You're lying.
It's a facade. I've only drinking alcohol.
Okay, boring. Who hasn't?
Okay, wait, so what's your story?
Your mom even gave me beer once.
Oh, my mom. Who
It
cares?
was just a little sip though, and it wasn't even that good. But
I've had two full sippy cups.
have you gotten drunk though?
Well, let me tell my story. I don't feel like I did get drunk. Um, so it was the day of a wrestling tournament, and I was competing in that wrestling tournament. And so earlier in that morning, or the day, whatever, me, my then girlfriend, her, our neighbor, and another friend, I'm gonna call her, I'm gonna call her
Are
Sarah.
we talking about Ashley here?
Yeah, Ashley, and our neighbor. But Sarah, she was old enough, of course. She was like 21. So she was our plug, and she got some liquor and like some orange juice, and she was gonna make some drinks after the tournament, um, as a way of a victory or just, getting drunk because, I lost.
Yeah.
So there was a banquet, and after the banquet, I went straight away, skipped the party, and went back to the apartments. And, I got third place. So I was kind of bummed out. And I was like, hit me. And yeah, we just chilled on the couch, drinking, and it was all right. We had some fun. So yeah, that's my story.
But you didn't like blackout or anything?
No,
I don't know. Like it doesn't taste good to me.
it doesn't. I mean, it's not supposed to taste good. It's supposed to get you drunk or buzzed. I think I got buzzed at that night.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just like not enjoyable. It just like hurts and like
Hurts. Oh, no. I mean, just sip it, man. You don't have to drink it all.
like I like also because I've seen people drunk and that really scares me, so I would never like want to.
Get drunk yourself.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. I don't think anyone that night got drunk. Um,
You were just
we all
chilling.
seemed fine. Yeah, we were just chilling, taking sips. I finished about like 2 glasses. Like those little kid plastic cups.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were drinking out of those, and I had like maybe 4 of them. And it wasn't anything strong. It was mostly orange juice with a little bit of liquor mixed in there.
Are you drunk right now?
And maybe, but it was nothing special. It did make me feel better after losing um
Oh, so you
in the
did
tournament.
lose.
Yeah, I did lose. Yeah. Um yeah, I remember them. My friends were cool. I mean, they all supported me and saying, "Hey, you did your best. You should have been good." They said that I was pretty good. It's just that I made some mistakes along the way. Um during my little wrestling career. Um, yeah, I got some brain damage, if you can't tell. But for real, yeah, I'm gonna miss it. Hang out with my friends, and I have missed it over the whole quarantine thing. So yeah, what kind of alcohols have you drinking?
A couple months ago, you know those White Claws?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it was really gross.
I've had beer, liquor, like I forgot what it was called. It was like a clear color, and the bottle was like a green.
Mm.
Um, or maybe a blue. Um, and then I've had champagne, apple flavor,
Ooh.
and
Never had
yeah, it
champagne.
was all champagne. Yeah, it was in my closet for a while, and I broke it out one year for New Year's. Yeah.
Um, the beer that your mom let me taste was she said it tasted like apple juice, but it didn't taste like apple juice to me.
Didn't taste like apple juice to you.
Who's calling you?
Um, so you could hear it that
Yeah, I
time.
don't know why it worked this time, but not the last time.
Oh, I just ignored it right now. Oh, I have some sad news, and I want to bring this guy as a guest. My best friend, I'm gonna call him Turkey because his name has ham in it, so we used to call him Turkey. Um, he getting married in June, and he offered me to be a groomsman, and I accepted, but I'm gonna have to turn him down now because I'm not able to go,
Oh.
and yeah, I
Why
feel
is
real
he
bad
trying to have
about it,
a
and
wedding right now though? Like,
um, it was okay. So this kid's crazy. Turkey, he's a crazy guy. Um, he He first wanted it to be like a court thing, just like to get the papers done, just have it in a courthouse. And then it turned into a reception, and then it finally turned the day of a wedding. It was supposed to be next year, but he moved it to June the 20th. And yeah, I feel like he's moving too fast.
when did he get engaged?
Earlier this year, of 2020, I remember he called me. He was so excited. saying that he bought a ring and that he's gonna propose to his
And how
girlfriend.
long were they dating before?
And I think 2 years. That's, I mean, he's only 18, by the way.
I mean, I don't know. It's just like uncommon to us, but like, like our parents and stuff got married really young.
Well, my father was 25 when my mom was 20. Yeah,
Yeah, my mom
20.
was 22. Like 20 also.
She was
20
22.
also.
Yeah. Um, I don't know. I mean, I guess as a kid, I saw myself getting married like ASAP, but now like I'm thinking, why not take it slow? I'm not in any rush. I got other problems. I'm not saying that getting married
I
is a
know what you
problem.
mean.
It's a it's a big step, like to commit to another
Yeah, I
person
was
like
just
that.
watching a video earlier today of this 19-year-old who got engaged, and I was like, "Oh my God, I cannot." Like if
Hmm.
that's what you want to do, that's fine, but like I can't like I honestly like even in like 5 years time or 10 years time, I can't even see myself getting married. Like,
Well, cultures and time are way different from each other because, in some countries, there's like 14-year-old girls getting married
yeah.
to like these old
It's,
men. It's
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 really
weird,
sad.
right? Yeah. And then there's like nowadays, or like not nowadays, like England, over there in the medieval times, they would like wed their children like for political
Hmm.
power, and that's, I mean, like it's kind of messed up, no? Like using your kid like
Yeah.
that. Um, I mean, like, I think I would do that. Like, I'll get my kid and marry that kid to one of Trump's kids. I'd be like, hey, marry this person, you'll be
Maybe
rich.
not Trump specifically, but
Okay, so one of Bill Gates' kids
sure.
or grandkids.
I was about to say Steve Jobs, but he's dead.
Yeah. Oh, wait, does he have any
I'm sure
family?
he has kids, I think.
Probably, yeah.
Um, I was gonna say something, but I forgot.
You girl. Come on,
On
guys.
the
Let's
topic of
chat
marriage. Oh, also like how they
marriage.
would marry inside the family so they could keep like the bloodline pure.
Yeah.
That's
Wasn't there something wasn't there something in Twilight about that?
uh like because they were like quote unquote adopted, right? The vampires.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they weren't
Yeah,
actually
yeah.
related. They were pretending to be like foster siblings that dated each other, which is still weird if you think about it.
Hmm. I mean, well, actually, that does kind of lead into a story that we both have.
We
Yeah, about a certain cousins of ours.
um here's the thing. I remember only not really the whole thing, so if you want to tell it, you can, and then I'll give my side.
I Okay. So I was sitting on a beanbag watching a movie, and two of our family members were on a bed behind me, and I remember hearing like some sounds, right? And so I turn around, and there they were making out. And I was like, weird. And then so I look right across at you, girl, that's sitting across from me, and we both look at each other, and we like kind of like just like shrug it off in a way, try to ignore it. What do you
I
remember?
remember the blue beanbag chairs, right? And I remember the setup
Mm-hmm.
of the room. Like the bed was in one corner, and then across from it was the TV, right? But
Mm-hmm.
like I don't remember the other part, and I probably just remember the room because we spent so much time there. Maybe you were just seeing
Mm-hmm.
things.
Maybe. But I was like, how could I? Like, I wasn't like high
Do
or
you
anything, you know?
remember me like looking back at them?
Yes, I remember you noticed that too, and we both looked at each other and we just kind of like
I mean, but
ignored
like,
it.
why would they do it with us like right there?
I don't know. I don't know. We were all pretty young at the time. It was strange. IDK man.
Um, you know what this reminds me of? Have you ever seen the show The Fosters?
Um, is that the one with the
Oh yeah.
lesbian mothers? Yeah, yeah.
Well,
I've seen it.
there's like this whole ship that's like with the foster sister and the brother like having a relationship, and it's very weird.
You ever seen you ever seen Flowers in the
No, but I've
Attic?
heard of it.
Well, there's a scene where the brother and sister are like making love. They're like a
They're like
couple.
biological.
Yeah, they're biological.
Um,
I think it's they were kept away from the world. I don't remember the plot that well. I remember seeing it with my grandma,
well,
and I just remember like that they were together and that they were brother and sister.
also in Clueless, she starts dating her stepbrother.
And
Yes.
Clueless.
I don't know how we got to this topic.
We were talking about like how they
Oh
would marry
yeah.
each other and bloods and all
Well,
that
some people are
pure.
just sick in the head.
Yeah, that's funny though. Yeah, I think someone agrees. Can you do like a goofy laugh?
Yuck! Yuck! Yuck!
Oh man, that sounds more like a Miss Piggy laugh, I
What
think.
is his catchphrase? I'm goofy.
Golly. No, he says golly.
Okay, then you do it.
Golly.
No, no.
No, no. I'm probably gonna have to
You,
put something at the end with
you
Goofy.
know, you know what movie I love? The Goof, the Goofy
The one,
movie.
which one? Is that the one where he has
Yeah,
a
and then they
son?
go on like a road trip.
Yeah, like it's his dad. Someone's like a performer, right?
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Is Goofy? Does Goofy sing or is the
I
son
think
a
it's someone
singer?
else who's a singer.
Oh, it's Mickey
No, it's
Mouse.
another dog.
Is Mickey Mouse even
Oh
in that movie?
no. But what was it? That
Huh.
other dog from Mickey Mouse is in it, I remember. No,
Oh,
no.
Pluto.
Isn't that I know,
What
I was
is
about
up
to
with that?
say.
That Pluto's a dog and Goofy's a
Pluto doesn't
dog, but
talk. And he's a pet.
I think Pluto. I think Pluto's just a
Ew,
kinky.
what?
I don't know. Like, yeah, I don't know what's up with that situation. I guess they didn't think about it and it was
Max
too late,
Goof.
you know?
So
Max Goof.
his name is Goofy Goof.
I'm a goofy goober, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
I should have rewatched that
What?
scene. Goofy Goober scene.
Why? Oh, it's because he got drunk? Or like high on ice cream or whatever?
That and because we said we were gonna review that movie and I didn't watch it.
Oh, well, it's a
It
dumb movie.
what
Well, it's a good
the
movie.
remember the GameCube game?
Yeah,
Those
yeah,
were
I
better
remember that.
times.
The Yeah, I remember the GameCube. I remember playing that Mario Kart game
Yeah.
with you,
Lego
and
too.
then Super Smash Brothers, Lego Star Wars, and all that. Yeah, and you have the Wii. You played back in the
Oh
barnyard,
yeah.
right? That was a fun game. You ever had a
Yeah, mine
DS?
still works. Yeah,
What?
it's like 12 years
I
old.
had a I had a man. It's older than my
Well,
dog.
you had a what?
It's probably it's Oh, I had a DS and I had Pokemon on there. I also had a Mario game.
I had a than 10 dogs.
And 10
And
dogs.
yeah,
What's
you
that
take
about,
care
dog?
of dogs. And
That
also
sounds fun.
Cookie Mama.
Oh my God. Did you ever learn anything from that? You ever tried like making whatever you made in there?
No, and I still don't know how to cook anything, so.
Except for that we.
Anyway, also with the dog game, I remember with the game I got like an actual stuffed animal dog that came with it. I
What
don't know where
happened?
it's at now, but
Probably got thrown away.
probably.
It's, it's probably like that bear in Toy
So he's
Story.
plotting some evil revenge thing on me.
Is that what he was doing? I thought he was just making it so other toys can't be happy either.
Yeah, well, I don't know. The whole thing was that he was mad. I don't know what he was mad about. I don't remember.
He got jealous because like she got a replacement one,
Oh.
and then so he thought like she replaced him, and he got mad and tried to make the other
Oh.
toys follow
Well,
him.
I don't like the Toy Story movies.
Yeah.
Wait.
It's like Shakespeare,
Well, I
my
guess we
dude.
could talk about which Disney movies we like and don't like.
Okay, okay. So Goofy's definitely on
Yeah,
there.
it's a classic.
Is Cars
Yeah.
a Disney movie? I like Mater. That's the only reason
Can
I
you do
like
his
Cars.
voice?
Get her done.
I
No, I
used to be
can't.
obsessed with the Cars movies, but I don't really like them anymore now.
Well, no, duh.
What is that supposed to mean?
You're like 34, my
So you
dude.
can still appreciate some classics.
I mean, I don't think
You
so.
don't think so?
But one movie that's a classic. Yeah, no, one movie that's a classic is The Lion King.
Eh. Oh,
Did
the
you watch
remake
the
was
remake?
bad.
Was
I
it?
mean, I
I
watched it
didn't
in
see it.
theaters. I mean, it was okay. It's just like, I don't know. I don't like the way the CGI looks.
How was the fight scene with like the hyenas and the fire and Scar and all that?
I don't even remember, honestly.
Okay, how about t what's it, Timon
Oh,
and
yeah.
Pumbaa? How did they look? Do they look like
Pumbaa looked ugly.
whatever they are? Okay,
Um, that's all there is to say. Same, same with the
that's
Aladdin.
it.
I
All
don't know.
right.
The only live action remake that I like is the Cinderella one.
I saw Beauty and the Beast, and that one was
Hermione,
all
I don't
right.
like her in that.
She looks real pretty. I mean, she really like took the stage, I say.
Well, not everything's about looks.
I didn't I didn't really like her in Harry Potter. Well, actually, I did like her in Harry Potter. But I don't like the Harry Potter movies that much. I like the
Oh,
books
you read
more.
them?
Yeah, I read them.
I never read them.
Why is that surprising? What? Okay, that is surprising. A nerd like you? I mean,
You
come
would think
on.
that I've
Come
read like all
on.
those books, like the Percy Jackson ones too.
I've only read a few of them, not in order either. So it's kind of
So that was
confusing.
useless.
I remember reading it because of my friend was reading it. Dominic, he's the one that told me about them. I was like, oh, okay, I'll
I
check
only
it out.
read the first one because we
And
were made to in middle school.
I wonder why. You ever read
Oh
Maze Runner?
no.
I remember reading that one in high school.
I don't even think I watched the movie for that either.
I didn't watch the movie either. I heard it was good though. I've seen bits of it like on YouTube, but that's about it. And you know what else is on YouTube? Our channel. So if you ever want to listen to a podcast, type in COZCAST. That's
Even though
COZCAST.
there's two other
COZCAST.
podcasts with the same name.
We don't talk about them. Yeah, yeah. I was surprised to see that. I'm pretty sure you
I
took
thought
that name, huh?
I thought I was being
You played
original, but it
Grayson.
turns out I wasn't.
We should have said it the way I spelled it, because they spelled it the same way. Like, because I spelled it with a U, and you wanted to spell it with an O.
Too late for that.
Whatever.
What's your
Too late for
opinion
that.
on High
Man.
School Musical?
Um, I remember watching it like 1,000 times in high school. I mean, high school, in fifth grade, and the only reason was because in class we watched it like 4 times over the fifth grade year, and it was only because the girls outnumbered the boys, and so the girls would always vote for High School Musical. So I grew to
You
hate
should
that
listen to the
movie.
soundtrack. It's good.
Um,
Zac
who's in it?
Efron, Vanessa Hudgens.
Okay. Oh yeah, I'm watching it now. No, joking. I don't even know who that
Well,
is.
Star Wars is technically under Disney now, so what's your opinion on that?
Well, it's definitely a Disney movie because every Disney movie has a princess, and Princess Leia is a princess. The end.
I thought you were a big fan of those. Yeah.
Me? No, my mom is.
Um. So no other opinion on that?
I mean, I think Star Trek is better.
Never watched those.
Never either. I just said that to see if anyone would get mad. Um, not to
The
mention that
only
Star
time
Trek's
I
being
ever watched
better.
Star Wars was whenever I was at your house.
Really?
I
I don't
think
even
it was just like
remember
on in
watching
the
it with you.
background and like I remember just seeing like Jabba the Hutt and like being grossed out by that little whatever he is.
Oh, it was probably a mirror.
Remember when we would play Grand Theft Auto?
Which one? The San
I guess, I
Andreas?
don't know.
Yeah, I kind of remember that. I remember the cousin, the roly poly one. He used to play
Oh
Mortal Kombat
yeah,
all the
that is
time.
so. What is up with just like watching your older cousins play video games?
I don't know. I think it's a thing that people did. Like, I remember, um, what's his name?
Oh right.
Is it Matthew? He's the one that he would play Call of Duty. I remember watching him play
I
that
also
game.
remember watching Roly Poly play The Sims.
The Sims. He played that.
Okay, whatever.
Man, that game's for
And
girls.
he also had this little
JK.
from Rugrats. What was the main kid's name?
Yeah, yeah. It was for the PS1. It
Yeah,
was
but he had a doll of
Tommy,
it.
right? That's his name. Oh yeah, yeah. He also had Stewie too. Yeah, I guess he just like babies. I mean, it's true. He had a Tommy doll and then
This
a Stewie
cousin.
doll. I mean, he also had the mask from the
Okay,
Scary
also,
Movie.
we were like 8 at the time, and this cousin was probably like already in high school, so it was kind of weird, but I mean,
Yeah, I mean, he was also a brony.
was that even a
Yeah,
thing
no, I
back
swear to
then?
God, he was. Yeah, a brony. I mean, I think he was one of the first ones because he tried getting me into it, and I was like, yeah,
You're
okay.
lying.
I
Like,
swear to the Lord Jesus up above,
like,
may he
like
kiss my
the new
head
Little
and bless
Ponies
me for all my days.
series?
Yeah, the My Little Ponies.
Because there's like really old cartoons of it. Was he watching like the old ones,
Uh,
or yeah?
is there? Is there? Like, how many are there? Is
There's
it
one
like
from
two of
like the
them?
80s, and then one from the 90s, and then one from the 2010s.
That's the one that 2010. Oh, I thought the one from the 90s was the one that was popular. I didn't know it was like new or whatever. Um, how old was he? Or how old
We
were
were
we when that came
nine.
out in 2010?
9 years
Ninth grade
old.
or 9 years old?
We were
Nine-
we were
Okay.
in ninth
I was
grade in 2010. Yeah.
yeah, we were geniuses, my dude. As anyone could tell. Um, how old was
Honestly, I
he?
don't
He
even
was
know
in
our
high
age
school,
gap.
right?
I think middle school makes more
Maybe
sense.
middle
Yeah,
schoolish, like
because he was
eighth
probably like
grade.
5 or 6 years older.
Yeah. So yeah, so you was like 16 at the time. Yeah. I don't know. People get sucked into things and become fans. Like hopefully
Oh
people are
yeah.
fans of this
Oh, you know another
podcast.
game, Resident
Hmm.
Evil.
Oh yeah, I
I
remember
actually have a
Roly
story about
Poly
Roly
played that
Poly.
one.
Um, I was
Okay,
probably
yeah,
like
go ahead.
7 or 6 at this time, and I was on a little road trip with him
Hmm.
and his mom and my mom, and we were watching movies in the car. And he put on this scary movie called No Vacancy,
Hmm.
and basically it's about this couple who
Okay.
are going somewhere and their car breaks down in the middle of nowhere.
Oh my God. Uh,
So they go to
I
this
see where it's
motel
going.
and they, get all settled in and they find a bunch of like VHS tapes. So they put a VHS the one of the VHS tapes in and they notice how like the room in the movie was the same room that they were staying in. And these guys come in and they start
Mm.
beating this woman, and basically the whole movie is them like trying to escape that happening to them too. So basically it was like snuff films.
Uh-huh.
Um and it like even now
Hmm.
like just talking about this movie like scares me because I was so young, it like traumatized me. So we're watching the movie in the car, and obviously we're in the middle of
Hmm.
nowhere. And you know how Michigan is when you're driving, it's a lot of nothing.
Hmm.
So I was scared, and on the
Yeah.
side of the road, there was this like little diner, and I can't remember if we actually stopped or not, or if he was just making jokes that we would stop there. Um, but yeah, I just remember being
Hmm.
really scared. Oh no, no,
I thought
weren't
the
you
car was
there
gonna break down.
when we were going somewhere and the car actually broke down? Oh my god.
Yes, it was from Mexico. Yeah, it was like we're going back and it broke down. But that wasn't too
No,
bad.
but
It
these
was
like
just a
two
tire.
men come out of nowhere to help
Um,
us, and I was so scared, but thankfully they were actually nice.
it's because you're a punk. Um, let's see. Remember when we lived in the hills?
Yes.
When Roly Poly lived in the hills? I remember being in the car, like in the back seat, and him and Matthew were in the car with me. And I remember being locked in there, and what they did was shake the car back and forth, back and forth. And I don't know why. I was just in the back seat and I was like sweating. I was like trying to
What
get out,
the
and I was trying
heck?
to unlock the door, and they wouldn't. And I was sweating. I was having trouble breathing, and I was a
Oh
kid
my
at the time,
god.
and they didn't want to let me out.
See,
And
Roly
yeah,
Roly Poly was just a
I just
jerk,
remember that.
actually.
It stuck with me. Yeah. What about that cousin that was rude to
Oh,
you? I thought you had a story about
so
him.
this cousin who we'll just call Rude, and our other cousin that we'll call
Hmm.
Sarah. The three of us, I don't remember
Okay.
if you came too, but we went to Mexico, and but I
I don't
think
think
that's where we went all the
was it
time
in the mountains?
because Grandpa had family there.
No, I just remember going
Um,
once.
no, we were going to like someone's
Uh-huh.
quince, and we stayed in this like really nice house. Um, and me and Sarah were outside like collecting a bunch of little snails. Um, we probably had like 10 of them, and they were just like all chilling, you know. And he's like, "Oh, what are you guys doing?" And we're like, "Oh, you know, just collecting some snails." And he goes away, and when he comes back, he just starts. No, no, no. He
Salt?
just started stepping all over
Does he
them.
have salt?
Yeah, I. That's
Oh,
just
okay. It's
another
a little
level, I
better than
think.
having
But
salt.
yeah, yeah.
He was always rude. I have a story where me and him were wrestling, and our two older cousins were watching us, and he was on top of me at one point, and they said for him to start teabagging me. And so he started teabagging me. I remember getting real mad at that and kicking him in the nuts.
You know what? It kind of makes sense as to why our family is so weird.
Yeah.
This is what we
So don't blame us for
we
being
had to
weird.
grow up with.
I don't even know if I should tell the story because the guy, he was saying the N-word
So,
a lot.
so just don't say the N word.
Maybe I could, okay, I'll tell it. So me, yeah, I'll just say N-word when he says the N-word. So he was on top of me and I was like sliding away. I was, what they call shrimping. And it's when you basically like raise your hips and twist so that way you like slide out. And so I was shrimping and he was like on top of me trying to kick me under and he said, "Give up," and then N-word. "Give up," N-word. "Give up," N-word. And then he was saying it so much and that the referee
Are you not
said,
allowed to
"No talking."
speak?
I just remember that. Um um Usually people don't speak, they just go right to the action. But that was also the first time this guy was speaking. That I
Oh.
wrestled a guy and they started like just uh, uh, you know, calling me
Was he
names and
even
stuff. But
black?
yeah,
Oh God, of course.
that was the funny part. No, he wasn't. He was from another state. Definitely
Kansas?
not Michigan. Um, Mis
Oh.
I want to say Louisiana, maybe Louisiana, because there's like 8 different states at that place. But yeah,
So did
he
you win?
wasn't even that good of a wrestler either. I just remember that. That one? No. And let me tell you why. So I was at the edge of the circle, out of what they call it, the ring. And so I was under again, and I had him held above me, by my legs and my arms, and I started pulling him above me over my head to get him a ring out, but the ref counted that as a pin, and so my coach told me I should have rolled him to the side instead. So it was my mistake for not rolling
Mm.
him to the side instead of above me. So yeah, sucks. But
Any
yeah, it was good.
more childhood stories that you remember? Yeah, or just
Um,
whatever.
of our family, um, I remember Roly Poly. He was something was up with him. He wanted me to help him catch this goat. So he told me to scare the goat in a direction, and he had his belt. Well, no, not at first. He was chasing the goat, and then finally he took off his belt and he started like whacking the goat. I was like scared. That's when my dad and he said told him to stop, and then my dad got after me. My dad got after me for helping him. I didn't know what he was gonna do. He just told me to scare the goat in the wrong direction, and that's when he cornered the goat,
Well, I
and it
can
was it was I
attest
don't
to
know.
that because um whenever he lived, you know, up north, more up north in Michigan, yeah, he
Over in
apparently
the
got
hills,
so
yeah.
mad about something that he just like threw his Xbox out of like the balcony. And I think he also punched a wall and made a
What the
hole.
fuck? Oh, okay,
You know, I think he was
that's more
just like
normal
mad
than
about his
throwing
game, so
something
he
out
just
into
threw
a
the whole
balcony.
console out. I have another story about the
That's
hills
stupid, man.
too. when we were both up there, and
All
I
right.
remember we were laying
Mm-hmm.
outside, and yeah, we were laying.
Under the stars,
So we didn't have any actual
on
beds.
the pool, on the
So
pool
we
floaty.
used pool floaties as beds outside.
Yeah.
And uh, I remember I saw this spider crawl next to you while you were sleeping. And I wasn't even gonna like go tell anyone because I was like, oh, it's just, a spider. It'll go away. But I don't know, it looked really scary. So I went to go tell your mom. And she comes out, and it turns out it was a very poisonous spider. It was like black and had like
Oh
red on
my.
it. Um, I don't even want to Google it because I
That's probably
don't
a
want to
Black
look at
Widow,
it.
no?
But yeah, that was a great memory.
Well, it was a good thing you were there. I could have been poisoned.
Yeah.
I could have rode over and like gotten bit because I scared it, you know? Remember when we went
So,
fishing in that pond?
um, yeah, I
I mean,
do.
swimming. So I have a funny story about that. You probably remember this. And
Ooh.
this is probably how I'm gonna come out with my little secret. So, so I had to pee,
Yes.
and well, I told my mom that. You know what I'm talking about, right? And so I told my mom that, and she said just to pee in the pond. I was like, no, gross. And so I got out and I went behind this tree, and we're not the only family there. There's other people too. And so I started peeing, and all of a sudden this lady starts yelling at me to say, "Hey, are you blind?" And it turns out I was peeing on on these people's clothing, and I just remember being embarrassed, and my cousin had to help me find another spot to pee because I don't know, I stopped it there. And so if you get the context clues of that
Wait, did
story,
they
you
even
probably
like
figure out my
realize?
condition. And yeah,
Yeah.
that I was, yeah,
Oh.
no, I don't think they knew. My mom told them, but
Oh, I
yeah, because
didn't
my
I
mom
didn't
said,
real okay, I
actually,
didn't know you like peed
and
on their stuff. I thought
but
like
yeah,
you had
yeah, it was on their clothes.
I thought you had
I went behind the tree and
like
their stuff just happened
exposed
to be right
yourself
there.
to random people. No, like accidentally.
No, why would I do that? I'm not, um,
When did
what's
he
his
do
name?
that?
Bennett? I'm not Bennett. Remember, or not to strangers, but remember we told him, hey,
What?
go put your privates against the glass door? And all our family died. Yeah, it wasn't us, but it was our older cousins that told him to go do this. And he looked at us, and I said, "Yeah,
That
go do it."
I don't
And
remember
then
this
you
at
were like,
all.
"Hmm." And so uh, he was he went up to the glass door. He was like, he said wave, and he waved right inside, and he looked back, and we all just like, "Go do it." And so he pulled down his pants and put his his instruments up against the glass, and his
Wait,
father came
how
up
old
and
was he
opened
at
the
this
door
time?
and spanked him.
I mean, he had to be really little
He had to be young, like
for
four
him to
or
listen to
so.
us. Um, I'm just gonna say I don't
Yeah,
remember
our
this at
cousins
all,
were
so
mean.
I don't approve of this.
Uh, it was funny at the time. Um, what's it called? Or
Yeah.
you ever rode the horses that Grandpa had? Well, I remember one time our uncle, the same one that uh spanked a bit Benton, uh was like pulling the horse, right? Because I didn't know how to ride. He was just pulling the horse on a rope, and he stopped to answer a phone call. And so he was resting his arm on the horse, and he was just talking, right? And he like raised up his hand and slapped it down, like like without realizing what he did. And so the horse started, it took off in a run. And I remember it just running in circles, and I just remember yelling and yelling. Grandpa, Grandpa was walking your horses, and so he stood your horses in the middle, and he had to like
Wait,
stop
what?
the
You
horse
keep
from
getting
running
broken up.
around. I just remember that.
But what did you say? I was
Oh,
there?
it's probably gonna come out fine in the audio. Um, yeah, you and our other cousin were on another horse, and Grandpa was leading them, and he had to stop leading your horses to stop the one I was
You
riding.
have horrible memories.
So yeah.
I did
Well,
not.
there's another time when you thought I was a
I
certain
didn't.
something.
No, no,
Yes,
no.
you
We're
did.
not going to talk about this.
So you girl
Honestly,
thought I was
you kind of
Filipino,
look like it. You are, though.
and I am not. No, I'm
You're
not
just
Filipino. Mm-mm.
Michigan.
Absolutely not. I'm 100.
Michiganian. I don't know what they're called.
Yes, I'm Michigan.
Um, no, I
We're
do remember
Michiganites.
riding the horse, but I can't remember if it was something that we did like multiple times or it was just one time.
I don't know. Um, maybe he like took us out once in a while. I remember he had that fence that it was electrified, and I didn't know this. And I was like looking across at the other side at the horses, and I wanted to get a closer look. So I went up to the fence and put my hands on it, and I remember just getting shocked. And I remember my grandpa had to pull me back, and my fingers were black at the end.
Oh my God.
Yeah, and it feels funny getting electrocuted. You just feel like this thing like going around in you. Well, thank you, thank you.
Oh
I'm
my
here all
God.
night.
Oh my God. I don't think I've ever laughed that hard in my life.
Well, it's a good thing.
I don't
Oh, Jesus.
I
I
didn't
think
know
it's
it
a
was
good thing it's captured
like
on this podcast.
yeah. No.
Cause baby, now we got bad blood. You know it used to be mad love. So take a look what you've done.